also going to introduce you to as our first match referee. Please welcome to the stage Mr. John Riley.
Okay, folks, ready to kick off the action here with Wales against Scotland in the men's. The running order is Chris Harris, the recent Lakeside player, will play Ewan Callender in the first match. Nick Kenny, the Welsh captain, another Lakeside player, will play Ross the Boss Montgomery up in second. Steve Alker will then play Bruce Montgomery, who won our singles competition on Friday night. Then we've Lloyd Browning and Ryan Hoggart, David Williams and Scott Campbell, David Rogers and Alex Morrison, Wayne Daniels against Colin Miller, Jim Williams against Scott Robertson, Mark Layton, the Welsh captain, against Robert Morrison, Mitch Butler will play Ross McDougall, Jesse Neal will play the Scottish captain Alan Suter, and the last game will be
ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the first players. Please welcome to the stage first of all, representing Wales,
Gavin Morris against Ian Jolly. So first game up, Chris Harris, fresh from his Lakeside experience, playing Ewan Callender. This will be the Scottish men's first outing of the competition so far. Let's see how they go. A few debutants playing for Scotland today. Will that be a factor? Let's wait and see. The tables as they land at the minute in the ladies: Wales are top, Northern Ireland second, Scotland third. And in the men's, Northern Ireland top, Scotland yet to play, and Wales last, having suffered that 8-4 defeat to the hosts yesterday evening. Men's games best of 7. Scotland be keen to get their campaign off to a winning start here with Ewan Callender. Joined in the box for this first one with Niall the Apprentice Heaney, one of our match referees. Morning, Niall. Fresh and well you're looking. There with Niall connected now. Yep. As I say, Niall the Apprentice Heaney joining me here in the commentary box for the first. We'll have the pup in at some stage today. As I say, like yesterday, if you have your text messages and flooding in, we will do our best to say hello.
Okay, folks, first leg of the first set, Scotland at that. Game on.
I don't know. Scotland have a lot of debutants in their team, as do Wales. I think that was the advantage of the Northern Ireland team yesterday. They only had the one debutant.
140!
But, yep, you're not hanging about with the first 3.
$41.
I was talking to Chris quite late last night, or in the early hours of this morning. So he mightn't be the freshest here.
100.
He's found his range now.
100.
Steady ton, but Ewan has the initiative here with a 140 ton start. And he's in again.
81.
Steady ton there from Chris. Keeps him just about in touch, but Ewan be looking for an 140 here to leave tops. No, first start was a blocker, yeah.
84.
Good last one. Ran for cover and it worked. Needs him 96. Chris way back. Hedgehog needed. Not much pressure on the 96 for Ewan. Be looking at a nice clean takeout here. Oh, bad first start. 76 he needs to tidy that up. Oh.
21.
Chris will feel a big score here, puts him right back in the leg. Just shows you how quick things can turn.
75.
You had been a bit of a mess of the 96 the last time, so. And again, slack first start. Yep.
35.
But Chris getting a shot that maybe
Wheels requires 120.
I thought he deserved, but. No.
60.
Here we are, Ian.
Storm requires 40.
So can he finish off a leg he started so well? And he does. That'll settle Ewan down. Scotland off. And running.
$98.
Yep, Chris in with a 98 start. Ewan will be looking to replicate his scoring from the first leg and then tighten up towards the end.
131.
Silver darts.
Great last start there.
Yep. Gets the one off.
See a lot of the Dutch players incorporating that into their game. And it's starting to rub off on a lot of the non-Dutch players too.
We don't like Dutch players here. See the Slovakian Open on this week end as well. I noticed the scores in the ladies. Fallon Sherrock beating Danielle Ashton in the final, 5-0. Good to see Danielle getting to a big ranking final.
Following in the footsteps of her,
Yep.
of her mummy.
Yep.
Ian's doing very, very steady here in the opening two legs of this game.
Chris hasn't really found it yet. He's been like this yesterday, and then he put in 2 or 3 good legs. It's too inconsistent.
66.
Too inconsistent in the scoring.
Smashing game coming up next there, and the Nick Kenny and Ross Montgomery.
45.
That should be an absolute cracker. Nick, the Wales vice captain, against Ross the Boss Montgomery, vastly experienced Scottish player, former captain.
100.
Steadier darts there from Chris.
Southern requires 150.
I'd be going 3 bulls, but he won't.
Maybe look at a treble 18. And he does.
98.
That's okay. Back
Wheels
to
requires
52.
115.
If Chris doesn't take out the 115, there's a chance. What a shot.
James shot in the second leg.
Great shot.
Wheels.
From nowhere. I think Ian was expecting maybe to come back for a dig at the 50.
Perfect. Solid darts.
Chris had no ideas. We're back with a level game. One each.
60.
Good morning, message.
100.
Mr. Noel Gates in Tandragee. Good morning to you too, Noel. And also from Mickey Hendren in Lurgan, who thinks that myself and the apprentice are both hanging.
100.
Don't know about that, Mick.
The apprentice was on the non-alcoholic stuff yesterday, and I'm not commenting on my consumption.
24.
The $1 million foot.
That's the man.
$58.
Yeah, Big Mick had been here, the Bellini's takings would have been heavier, and his wallet would have been lighter. That's one sure thing.
A bit of a scoring dip in this leg.
59.
The two players seem to have.
Struggling for consistency generally, and then, as I say, pulled out the 115 shot to keep him in the game.
Yep. Just shows you how quick a leg can turn there.
Absolutely.
3 good darts can make a hell of a difference.
$83.
You've been looking more there after that first one, but you're going to be looking to take the 200 out 6.
One big treble puts him in great position.
100. 140.
And he's got 2.
Puts you in pole position.
It does.
Chris really needs to put a big 2 visit travel in here.
And maybe look at the ball here. And he does.
65.
Leaves him the big dog, yeah.
60.
Which of course we saw Gary Elliott take out yesterday.
I think that one took Pop by surprise.
I did, he was playing on his phone at the time.
Ian
There's the 60.
Scotland.
Ewan Calendar.
Full leg,
Very
Wales
clinical. Chris really needs to hold the throw here. Doesn't want to be going 3-1 down.
Yeah.
95.
Text come through there, I believe. Mummy Apprentice is watching the darts this morning. Good morning, Mother.
I'd like her to build this early on a Sunday.
It's her birthday, she has to get up early. Happy 50th, Mum.
Make herself a cake.
60.
60 from you. Chris is still field. Big visit here. Puts him control of the leg.
100.
Again, not able to build on an early treble. Just a single ton. It's a bit of a blocker, I think, for Ian. He has to go downstairs.
58.
Doesn't find the cover, so Chris in control here.
You look for one treble just to give him a really good distance in this one.
I want to think about it.
55.
And the second leg in a row leaves the big shot, but the difference is this time he will get a shot at it.
57. Wales requires 170.
Let's see, can we see this for the second time this weekend? Shots on. Oh, just on the wire.
Just on the wires, right?
But he'll
Skimmed
be
it.
back.
92.
He'll be back. Ian way back in 2-3-1. Minimum 140, not going to happen. Oh,
Should look at the treble 19 here.
24. Wales requires 78.
oh, Chris under no real pressure. Oh, slack
That's
first start.
It's a stray one.
Big 20 tidies it up.
58.
Comes back for 20.
Better safe than sorry.
Ian needs at least a ton here to put a little bit of pressure on the 20. And
155.
Chris something to
Wales
think about.
requires
That's pressure on Chris here, so it is. And it showed.
A massive chance here for Ian
Scotland
Calendar.
requires 72.
Go break up and go for the match. Goes the 16s right.
Leaves him 24.
And hits
Team
it.
shot in the forward line. Scotland.
Superb from Ian Calendar. Now he has darts in hand to throw for the match and get a chalk on the board for Scotland.
Fifth leg, Scotland with darts.
And
120.
superb. Unlucky Robin Hood there.
Sherwood Forest.
Yep.
22.
Big chance here for Ian.
Kick on and take full control of this leg. And he looks, yeah, he looks like he's going to do it, Mark.
Superb.
140.
Superb darts from Ian Calendar. In complete control here. Sees this out. Will be the first match of the day to Scotland.
97.
He needed that.
They're still in Ian's hands. He's in control of the leg.
He is.
One treble here.
100.
Yep. 1-4-1 after 9. Chris way back.
Even a maximum does nothing for him here, Mark.
Well, at least it'll give Ian something to think about.
121.
Unit at least 6 from 141.
Scotland requires 141. 55.
140, you would think, a minimum requirement here for Chris.
Yep.
That could be awkward. I think he'd have to come out. Yep.
You go back up to the 20s now.
91.
Yeah. Losing the big dog again.
Scotland
Three
requires
legs in a row.
86.
Yeah.
3 legs in a row, he's left.
You don't leave it, you'll not hit it.
Bowler 14s. Not the ball away.
73 left. He's with 54 if he gets a shot.
Third time lucky.
Wales requires 170.
No, there's the one.
40.
No, 40 wasn't enough there.
54.
Or what was a relatively comfortable victory for you, you'd have to say.
Just dipped there.
Yeah, 130 finish.
Wales requires 150.
Not a bad one. Only requires 1 treble. Can you get in under that? No, we can't. Get down for 19s.
40.
So, over to you, Ian.
Scotland requires 20.
3 darts in your hand. 20 points required.
And he's got it.
Comfortable victory there for Ian Calvert. This is really get going. Hard been first on the Sunday morning, but Ian's certainly the fresher player there. Yep. And that brings Chris's Celtic Challenge weekend to an end. He's played his 2 matches.
I think we'll have to give a massive shout out here to Mark McAvoy and the streaming setup. He's done a fabulous job this weekend, Mark.
And Ross McCullough from Scotland.
You should get Mark to do your wedding video.
I need to get a ring first, wouldn't I?
Big shout out to you, mate. Niall's better half.
She needs a medal, that girl.
Needs glasses. So here we are, Ross the Boss Montgomery, stalwart of Scottish darting scene.
He's a great approach to the board, Ross. I love his approach. He does this thing with his foot on the butts. I don't know if we'll get to see it again here with the camera angle.
Loves playing for Scotland.
See Brian Hamill there in the crowd.
Yep.
Taxi man by trade. Get the bus though, he's too dear.
Partner of Sheila, of course, who played yesterday for the Northern Ireland ladies, who we'll see later on in their match up against the Welsh girls.
Lost out in that match, I believe,
Yeah.
3-2, sorry.
Yeah, which was. I think she'll be happy to
Okay, folks, second set. Wales with darts. Game on.
Nick has a dart here, that could be a decisive factor in this one. I don't think there'll be a big time in it.
Can you call it, Mark?
Ross is just so much
70.
experience in this type of stage. So Scotland would certainly be expecting, I think, the boss to put a chalk on the board.
95.
Next one of these players is sort of scores in phases. If he's on it, he's on it.
45.
Yeah. He was on it yesterday. I recall there was a good few opportunities to fill it up.
$101.
Dolomasons.
Nick just hasn't found his range yet, but that'll come.
92.
The last one. $
99. 100.
Steady ton from Nick. Starting to find his range now.
It's a lovely first start there for Ross. And a second. Can he fill it up?
121.
Well, 85 when he comes back.
$60. Scotland requires 85.
Look for double five here, Ross. Oh,
80.
just came underneath there.
Wales requires 134.
134 for Nick. It just drops under.
58.
How can Ross tidy up this?
5.
Big number first. Gets that.
Perfect
Second
big
card.
one, yeah.
Up into the madhouse.
That may be a wee bit awkward there, just the way his flight sits up.
Game shot.
Oh.
Scotland.
Great dart to get in over the top of that one.
Second leg, Scotland has that.
As you say, could have been a bit of a blocker there.
$85.
Steady start to the second leg there from Ross.
$55.
Just bear with us on the scoreboard. I'll get started at the end of this leg. It's overall in the match. It's Scotland, of course, won the first with the calendar and won
42.
in this particular battle. Ross won in the first leg against the throw.
60.
Nick just struggling to find his range here so far, Mark.
Yeah, it'll come. It's an early start.
It is a very early start for the Thrush.
54. $40.
Another Robin Hood there. Ross finds the treble with his first start lovely. He'd be disappointed not to get another.
121.
He'd be happy with that.
A few people looking to know on alert stop tops today. Today's stop top is contingency at Nace at the 2:10. It's sitting at 58 at the minute.
93.
So that'll get you a few pound up. So it's contingency at the 2:10 at Nace. Ross in here. Oh, superb set.
159.
Superb darts from Ross the Boss Montgomery.
Great shot. Don't know why he didn't stay there and fill it up.
Yeah. Interesting shot.
59. Scotland requires 40.
Oh, it's our scoreboard. It's out. Again, double five.
35.
Seems the first leg.
Yeah, bit of a flyer there.
Yeah, seems the first leg. Big five hit. But Ross. Oh, can Nick take this big shot out here?
$135. Scotland requires 5.
Again, he's got the big one, no problem. Fancy this.
Game shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Third leg, Wales with that.
Two 2-0 to Ross in this one.
100.
And he's found that treble again perfectly. Again, be disappointed not to get another. Oh,
85.
85 from Ross there. He would have wanted a bit more. Nick struggling on the scoring, has to be said.
yeah.
57.
It's not just at the races.
Nick Ross would have been expecting a tighter challenge, but still, fair way to go. Ross only halfway there with 2.
98.
Nick's first starts just killed him every time. He's straying into fives. He's low.
135.
I feel if he could get that first start right, Mark, it would be so welcoming for another two in beside it there. It's going to be tough against Ross here. Ross is playing very well so far.
At some point he's going to have to break Ross's throw if he wants to win the match. It's a game of small margins.
99.
Oh, that's a great last start there, yeah.
Steady
Wheels
ton.
across
110.
It's really next. Probably over to the 18s.
Down to the 16s now to leave double 12. And he hits it.
86. Wheels across 118. Solid across 118.
Our referee, John, mixing the men of Wales with the men of Scotland.
58.
58 from Ross.
24.
Now can Nick get on the board here with a 24? Oh, just straight into the wrong bed. Awkward one. Oh, beautiful shot.
Good shot. Don't maybe give
down
him.
there.
No, it's not. It'll give him a wee bit of a lift here.
Right, Ross on throw. Be looking to see this out. He can work from that. Yep.
140.
Great darts.
Nick needs to be matching him. If he's to get that decisive break back. Oh, he
That'll
didn't
not
need
help.
that.
No.
Didn't need that.
23.
We'll also be thinking one big treble here. Keeps him in control. Oh,
26.
bed and breakfast. Didn't see that coming.
46.
Ross, treble 20 with the first start. Follows it up. Is this going to be our first 180?
I don't know.
159.
I think that second dart was hampering that third one, maybe going in. He's just felt the need to switch.
Really needs a big visit here.
Big visit coming, yeah.
155.
Ross on again.
Ah. 83.
Straight into the last one.
Yeah, you hear the scream of Ross there.
Yeah. Single 20 there, even would have left him 96.
As you say, a game of fine margins.
Yep.
It's a great shot by Nick Kenny there. Gets him on to a finish. If Ross
Start to
can.
find a little bit of form.
Yeah, you look for treble 19 here.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Back up.
49.
So,
Wheels across 157.
it's a big ask. Nick not up to it.
93.
It's a great last start, yeah. Leaves him on 64 as
I
well.
think we'll go for 16s here. Yep.
Double 8. Double 4.
56.
It's the one part of Ross's game so far that
Wheels
hasn't been
across
good. He's
64.
doubling. He's had to chase around the board looking for a finish. Nick on tops.
Game shot.
And you hear the roar from Nick. That's the difference there between 3-1 and 2 each. It's massive in the context of the match, yeah.
Super dart from Nick Kenny, getting that break back.
Wheels with that.
And a leg, to be fair, that Ross should have seen out. Yeah,
100.
Nick will take that. Steady ton.
$85.
Back in again.
155.
To be fair to him, those few missed doubles from Ross. That Nick back into this game.
Starting to find his range.
80.
Is young Nick Kenny.
Yeah, it was always going to happen. He's too good a player. Of course, taking on the Welsh vice captaincy this weekend for the first time.
82.
Mark Layton stepped up to captain in replacement of the veteran Martin Phillips, who has retired from international duty after many years' service.
Many years service, yeah.
The Welsh national team.
Be sadly missed among the Welsh team there.
Absolutely.
Still more than capable of throwing top class darts.
Oh, absolutely. Wouldn't be surprised to see him back at the lakeside next year.
92.
Great last dart by Nick Kenny there. He's from 92. When he comes back, you look for another one of those.
70.
So Ross,
Wales requires 92.
slipping up there, Nick. 6 darts at least from 92. Was the 20 route? Oh, pulled the dart at W.D.O.
74.
Ross needs a minimum of a ton here to put some pressure on the 18, and he's in.
Mr. James Ward of Scotland's on the Facebook there. Just as the ex-Scotland captain pings a 180, yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't matter, yep. Great darts there by young Nick Kenny.
Ross put on the pressure with the 180, but Nick was up to it.
140.
Ross in with a 140. And a must-win leg for Scottish player. Nick will probably have to come out there, I think. Yeah.
82.
Last start.
Forty-three. 50.
First score there puts Ross in control of the leg, but as happened the last time when Ross was on throw, he was in control of the leg, and a few missed doubles allowed Nick to stay. Of course, Nick
70.
repeated that fate this time. This particular match would be over. Ross needs this one to bring it into a decider.
$100. 134.
Cover shooting there from Ross. 114 when he returns, and he will return.
100.
Next
Scotland
back.
was 114.
Even with that ton on 189. Single 14 for Ross. And taps. Ooh, on there.
74.
But guaranteed to come back. Nick unable to check out a 189.
$58. Scotland was 40.
Is the one part of Ross's game so far that has been under a bit of pressure is his doubling. And again,
Wales was 131.
hasn't hit either tops or 10 on the previous 2 times he went for it. That's for the match. Oh, slipped into the treble 7, so 110 left.
59. Scotland was 10.
Now Ross. 2 fives. 2
Green
fives.
from Sydney, Scotland.
So,
7th and final leg, Wales with darts.
an early
Game
classic
on.
here at Bellini's, 3 each. Nick with darts, could that be decisive? big treble yet. Oh,
85.
superb last start from Nick Kenny there. Rescued the situation.
$58.
Only 58 from Ross. Nobody making a decisive move yet in this leg. Oh, get that bounce out, be telling.
25.
And 9 or 12 darts time. Ross showing all his experience. What a time to hit the big 180. That could be the crucial visit there.
$85. $157.
Superb. 6 darts from Ross Montgomery. 180 followed by 137. Next struggling. Good last dart.
86. Salt requires 126.
Ross is 9 darts from here. I think he's still doing the 19s, yep. Leaves him bull. Yep.
Ross will not be going for the ball in this.
No, plays the percentage shot there.
94.
Only from Nick here would be the requirement. And it's the first 2 in.
180.
All the pressure in the world on the boss.
Strong requires 32.
Game done.
Brilliant darts here from
Last
Ross.
leg there from Ross Montgomery. The 180 and 137 in the middle. Set him up lovely. Then Nick with the 180 to leave tops and didn't get a shot as Ross finally got his doubles working. That's a superb win for Ross Montgomery. Great match there, 4-3.
Okay, folks, on the third set, we have Steve Alker from Wales and Bruce Montgomery from Scotland. And the referee for the next 2 sets will be Tony Rimmer.
Tony Rimmer, Welshman, now living over here. To referee the next few. Big Steve Alker. Bruce Montgomery. As I said, played tremendous darts on Friday night to win the singles event.
Any more badges and Tony will be falling off the stage there.
Yep. He's the prefect of the referees. Steve had a good game. Last game on last night against Kyle McKinstry. Yes. Sitting on a finish to make it 3 each. Kyle took out a ton plus to secure a 4-2 win. Talking to Steve after it. Disappointed how he started, but then once you get into the game, showed his scoring power. Used to have a pet snake.
Slippery one.
Yep.
I think they're taking an extra 3 practice starts here just to get the scoreboard adjusted.
Yep. Gremlin on our scoreboard, but we'll get it sorted. We'll get her going.
Wouldn't get that issue with blackboard and chalk.
No. Bring back the blackboard, that's what we say. I actually think it's scoreboard on the stream that's holding things up rather than the scoreboard on the stage. Here we are.
We've got her adjusted now.
First leg. Scotland to throw first. Game on. $140.
Bruce carrying on his good form from Friday evening.
Steve, deliberate. Stay.
100.
Steady start.
Very unusual ship of dart there from Steve, isn't it?
I think they must be a home design.
55.
It's unlucky from Steve. Billy Gilmore and Scott Gethins, two Scottish lads who last week beat the team of Ross Montgomery and Martin Wolfie Adams to get to the quarterfinals. And the Scottish doubles, two lads from Ranfrey, where the Scottish Open is held every year in the Normandy Hotel.
Lovely part of the world.
Bruce struggling a little bit to build on the 140 start, but still in control of the leg, more importantly, unless Steve can have a big visit here.
Yeah, that's a lovely first start. I expect this to get filled up.
100.
Just as I call it, first start going into the corner like that's so inviting. I don't even think I could have missed that, Mark. I'm not saying something.
Back with a steady turn. Now, Steve get the all important first treble here. Get down to the 19s. Yep, he's in 24.
77.
Bit of a flyer there.
You see it from his own reaction there, yeah.
Bull route here. Yep.
6 or 10.
Oh, missed the big 6. Oh, need a big target there too. 6 or 10 would have done it. So, Steve breathes again.
72. Wales require 24.
That should be a marker. Yeah.
Yes, in 2 knots. And the first leg. 2 Wales.
So, early break.
Second leg. Wales to throw first.
Steve Elker.
Great last start there from Steve.
It's working too. Keep his advantage.
These darts are intriguing me, Mark. They're very
Like a scallop in the middle.
60.
nipping in
Look
at the
like
point there. Yeah, they do. They look very light.
Bruce, a more conventional barrel.
Yeah, in comparison to Bruce's, yeah, it looks about 24 grams.
Bruce, conventional setup. Medium stems and standard flight. Steve, much more complicated setup.
But it works.
Yep. I'd say Steve, hugely experienced player. Remember him playing Dennis Ovens in the Circus Tavern many years ago. BBC World Championships.
Wiki mark again.
Slack with it from Steve. Gives Bruce an opening, which he's taking.
Maybe look at the 19s, will he? No. No. Too inviting. There was too inviting there.
So, Bruce going to have the opportunity to break straight back. And he returns for 55. Steve with the back up.
139.
Great darts.
Scotland require 55.
Much pressure on this 55 here from Bruce.
Gets his big number this time.
8-2-9.
Clinical from the Scotchman.
It was.
Third leg, Scotland to throw first.
We're back on throw. Bruce with darts.
60.
I believe that's an old Jockey Wilson barrel that Bruce is throwing with.
Super last dart.
100.
It was. How you squeezed that in there, I just don't know. No.
Yeah, good dart. Not Bruce in again.
And again.
I think you're right, there's an old Jackie Wilson.
140.
Of course, Jockey played for Scotland on many occasions. There's county darts with Fife.
Kirkcaldy, man.
I would say Bruce has been impressive. When he came back from losing
59.
his throw. Steve will be looking at a big visit here. Disappointed with that after the first start.
He will. Happy enough for that now. Yep. Puts him in good position.
Steve needs two big trebles here to get down to a finish.
Steve looking at the 19 route there. 4 19s and the outer bull would have left him the 170.
77. Scotland require 146.
Scott 6 from 146. Not the start he's looking for. Oh, more than that.
30.
Right.
Steve can find two big trebles here.
Absolutely.
It's going to put Bruce on a lot of pressure. Maybe look at the 18s here. I don't think you can see that.
59.
I thought 18 was a better shot there than 19.
116.
So tidies that up.
46. Wales require 135.
Steve will start on the bull here. Yep, treble 20. Oh, unlucky.
Maybe look back at that bull.
One left on the bull.
No.
No, good last start.
99. Scotland require 70.
18s or 10s. On the 10s route. 20 leaves tops.
Yes.
Superb take there from Bruce Morrison.
Especially when your opponent's poised there in 36 and you've one dart at a double. It's a great shot from Bruce.
Again, one loose start from Steve.
And Bruce back into that treble again. He's been relentless here. He's been very, very good.
135.
Bruce will be delighted with his performance so far.
As will the rest of the Scottish team.
Yep. Managed this weekend by Cliff Murray.
140.
Great response there from Steve. What about Dennis Owens? What's he doing these days, Mark?
I haven't heard from him for some time, but I noticed on his butter machine. He was at the Ashes in Australia over Christmas. So
Australia, huh? The heat is on over there.
yeah, Dennis won the like that. Enjoy himself.
See the venue starting to fill up there now.
Wales require 136.
Big crowd expected here this afternoon.
Yeah. Great crowd all weekend.
Final match of the day, the Scotland v Northern Ireland men's. Could be a noisy affair.
96.
I sense so. I look forward to it.
Pushing again. Needs them all. Steve sitting on tops. Yes.
140.
40.
Wales require 40.
Little reminder for Steve. And Bruce is behind him.
First dart just dipped there.
There's a big dart here.
30.
Yeah.
Require 76.
Still not happy with that dart. Bruce shared his chance with the 140 the last time. Big 16. Can he hit the tops again with one dart?
56.
Done the wire.
Clip the wire there, yeah. He'd want to hit this first dart, no nonsense. And he does.
Two Wales. Fifth leg.
Bruce
Scotland
still
throw
with
first.
the advantage of throwing this match.
$134.
Brilliant darts, yep. Exactly what he would want in this leg.
He knows if he holds his throw twice, he wins. Steve, the one who needs a break.
134 on your own throw. It
60.
sends a message to your opponent, really.
We're looking to back it up here. He's in again.
$68.
Big darts from Steve. 140. But Bruce still with throw. Can do the treble.
60.
Now here's Steve's chance. Can he step in?
One treble you feel is not enough from here. He didn't get it, no.
That was his chance.
It was.
Yeah, Bruce in again.
Super darts.
101.
Can I take that? Now Steve really needs a 140 here. Try and engineer the break. That could be a blocker dart.
Yeah, it's dipped again there.
Yep.
60.
I think he might have been better pressed
Scotland require
downstairs
138.
than trying to force one in over that one.
Bruce is looking for the dollar here.
$53.
Right. Ton is a minimum requirement here
Yeah,
for Steve Walker.
great opportunity to pile the pressure on in this one.
And he's in with the first.
He was looking for the 25 there, so he was.
Yep. Not sure about that shot.
80.
No.
Scotland require 85.
He had a perfect guide in that first travel. Should have followed it. Bruce will look for 20, and he looked for the ball.
Ooh.
60.
The 25
Wales
there.
require 101.
I seen Steve looking at the 19s for this, 101 the last time. I think he's going to stay up the board though.
Yep, he's in down now. Oh,
He's 78. You look at the 18s here.
35.
struggling a bit.
Scotland require 25.
He looked for the 9 for double 8. He's just moved to the left or right.
In the match here. Ooh.
Thought he would have moved to the right there and sort of
Wales
opened that
require
up.
66.
You look at the treble 10 of the bullseye in this shot. Yeah, he looks 16.
16 leaving tops. Big dart.
He's got
it.
2 miles.
That's a great break of throw there for Steve.
Yeah. In a leg he was struggling and
Yeah, absolutely. And he'll just look to
goes for the match.
throw a 15 darter here, forces opponent into 12.
Yep. 45.
It's not the start he wanted.
Certainly not.
Bruce would have been happy to hear Tony Rummer call 45 there, and he's all over it.
125.
So ready, Steve. Throw under pressure. Steady ton, but in effect, Bruce has the darts already. And then again.
Oh, he certainly has the darts now, Mark.
Super darts.
125.
Straight ton just brings him almost even here with Bruce. He's be looking for more, and that's perfect. Yeah, great shot there from Steve. Again, Bruce. It's fabulous. Fabulous display here from both players.
Il Napoleon, 111. And he returns. Now, what sort of pressure will he be under? 180 would be the shot here to leave 36.
And again, it's on. That first dart is lovely. And the second. Can he get the third? Yes!
180.
Call that.
Great pressure on. This 91. He looked for treble 14.
70.
Steve Alger, 3 darts in his hand. For 36. Chance earned with the big 180.
Double 9.
Oh,
he's busted.
Chance. Bruce maybe thought he wasn't going to get. Oh, he's drifted into the double. Just needs to settle down.
Leaves
Lot of
him
pressure right there.
23. Oh. I believe this leaves him 14. 2 sevens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wales require 36.
that was nervy.
Fancy Steve for this. Flare there.
Game.
Yeah.
Shot.
And that's it.
2 Wales.
Steve struggled through it. That game there is.
He take the chalk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Important one for Wales there. Didn't want to let Scotland go 3 up.
He showed his nerve there, sticking in.
Rising, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to set 4. Would you please welcome from Wales, Lloyd Browning, and from Scotland, Ryan Hogarth.
Lloyd Browning plays his darts out of Glamorgan versus Ryan Hogarth, as my colleague Mark elaborated, throws his darts in the borders.
Yeah, I have a message from Rab in Scotland saying I'm sounding a little bit subdued this morning in comparison to yesterday. Probably because I overindulged a little in the course of proceedings yesterday and last night. But life is returning as we speak. Lloyd dug a win out yesterday against Northern Ireland. Gary Elliott, which Gary Elliott had him at the big 170 finish, but Lloyd hung in there and won the last leg decider. He's looking to build on that today against Ryan Hogarth.
He certainly will. Ran off to a great start there.
Yep. Loves playing for Scotland, does Ryan.
100.
Ryan throwing with what appears to be a DNA version of the Gary Anderson dart there.
180.
Right, not messing around. 180 on the board already. But Ryan not phased.
Not at all.
121.
Just pulled the last one.
$42.
42 after the 180. He'll not be happy with that.
Ryan looks to me to be on his game today.
He does.
99.
Fabulous players, Ryan. Known him a few years now. And well deserved of a spot in the Scotland team.
Yep. Mum Irene, a stalwart of the Scottish dart scene. Looks after the Borders County.
44. 123. Scotland 137.
137, Lloyd sitting on 87. Can't do it now. We're looking to travel to tidy this up.
55.
Just-
Okay.
Wales
Yeah.
require
So
87.
we start with 17s.
You look for double five now.
5.
82.
Double five giving a few players a wee bit of trouble so far. I think it was.
Ryan.
Oh, perfect ball.
32. On the wire.
You look for double eight.
Come on.
And you can see the roar from Ryan there. That means a lot.
You can see what it means to him.
Break it through.
Yep.
Second leg, Scotland is throw first.
The one to pull was right in the middle. It was a piece of it there.
That was a clinker.
45.
Lloyd back in here.
140.
Very good player, Lloyd, as he's shown over his victory over Gary Elliott yesterday. Gary's no mean feat.
Carry through.
140.
Young in there. Got the win.
Gary Elliott, one of the most mechanical looking throws I've ever seen.
Yep. Superb thrower, Gary. I'm just drifting a little bit in this visit.
23.
Who's not happy with that?
No. Right on the 303, not the 19's route. Course 133,
34.
170.
139 also leaves you 164. If your first one's not too sweet.
96.
I'm going to leave the commentary in the very capable hands of Lurk. I'm going to go and prepare. I am on stage after this game.
If you see a pup in the building, send him this way.
Throw it a bone.
Get him in here, and I'll have a bit of crack with him.
59.
59 from Ryan. Hasn't really fired in this leg yet. Lloyd in. Straight top.
100.
82 if he's
Scotland 138.
Ryan on the teller, the 138. Taking a good look at it. That's on. 2 18s. 2 12s. Oh,
124.
big effort there. Lloyd probably starting the bull here at the 82. You saw Ryan take it out the last time. the 17.
57.
It's unlucky.
Scotland. Sorry, correction. That's score for Scotland 126.
And needs 2 6s.
Come on! Hey, second leg to Scotland.
Yeah, Ryan pumped up.
Third leg, Wales to throw first.
That's a must-win leg, you would think, for Lloyd. You wouldn't want to see Ryan going to a 3-0 lead.
97.
But Lloyd was down yesterday against Gary Elliott and came back into it and snuck the win, so you'd be thinking
57.
there's something similar here in this match.
100. 60.
So unlucky from Ryan. 3 well through darts. Lloyd's in, but
140.
super darts from the big wedge man.
44.
In total control of this leg is the man from Wales.
Plays
his county darts with Glamorgan, one of the top Welsh counties.
$43. Wales require 108.
108. We're going to go 20s or 18s here. No, he went down.
$38.
Tidies it up. 70 when he comes back. Ran way back.
$93. Wales require 70.
At least 6 at it. And the 18s.
38.
So, can Ryan hit minimum a ton here? Put some pressure on this.
40. Wales require 32. N.I.D.O. Number 3 leg, 2 Wales.
Got tidied up there from Lloyd.
Fourth leg, Scotland to throw first.
Hold the throw, but Ryan, of course, still has that crucial break.
$125. $95.
Ryan, looking to build on that 125 first visit.
$43. $120.
Lucky bounce out there for Lloyd.
$97.
Good cover shooting on the Scotchman.
$42.
Lloyd couldn't do there, so Ryan with the advantage, and these in hand. He'll come down.
96.
Top treble 19. And we'll be looking at another one of them.
$84. Scotland require 140.
Maybe looking at the straight ton. Oh, didn't want that.
82. Wales require 160.
Big shot. But it's on.
140. Scotland require 98.
Round of 98, awkward enough finish. Go straight for it. Super shot from Ryan Hogarth. Number 19, never an easy target, but Ryan was up to it. Especially with the pressure of Lloyd hitting level 40 to leave 20.
60.
So Lloyd now has to hold. Bring the match into another leg. Ryan will be looking to see it out here. He's off.
100.
And a steady ton.
$100.
Right, we're looking at big trouble. Got it.
96.
And started the leg with 2 tons.
$93.
And picks off the cover shot.
$46.
Not really enough. Ryan more or less taking the darts in this leg. But needs a treble.
60.
Doesn't get it.
$81. Scotland require 148.
This would be a good way to win the match. 148. Starting the 20s. Not on now.
$100. Wales require 118.
Must go, you would think, for Lloyd. 118. Still a chance. Not now, there isn't. So, Ryan will come to the board. 48 needed.
44. Scotland require 48.
Tops it is.
Game, shot, and the match to
Superb
Scotland.
finishing from Ryan Hogarth. He enjoyed that. Well done, Ryan. Scotland 3-1 up in the match. Feeling good about themselves. Joined in the comedy box by Micheál McAvoy.
Hi, Mark.
Nice things, Micheál.
Yeah, good, thanks. Looking forward to another couple of good legs here.
Representing Wales, Catherine Williams.
Great to see a great turnout for the tournament, isn't it?
Yep. Been a good weekend so far.
The next referee for the next 2 sets will be N.I.D.O.
The apprentice taken to the stage. A little bit of refereeing. He's looking very dapper.
It's not the first time I've seen him wearing a tie.
Court was the last time he was wearing it.
Must take it off though if he's with us today.
Yep. He scrubs up rightly.
I would say that's the first time he's ever used a ruler to create that beard.
Yep. It's a work of art.
Sure is.
So, Scott Campbell be looking to put Scotland into a 4-1 lead. Daff would be keen to peg them back to 3-2. Crucial period in the match here. These next few games.
It's always interesting to see the first 6 or 9 darts that each thrower has. See the rhythm of their arm, see how settled they get into the game. It's a big thing getting settled in quickly in these sorts of games. You represent your country.
Yep. Scottish boys, of course, didn't have a game yesterday. They played 2 games today, just the way the scheduling works out. Daffin beat Ray Bell yesterday.
Be feeling confident going into this one.
25-3-6 average. He's a slow, deliberate thrower.
You can see the consistency in these throwers, Mark. That's the thing. You can see the consistency throughout. That's what gets them at this level onto that stage.
Big shout out to Ben Watts from the doublefinish.com forum. Tuned into the action. Messaged me there. Hello, Ben. Scott, quicker player than Daffod, so we'll have to get used to Daffod's pace.
I think it comes to the territory now that they just simply focus on their own throw.
Absolutely, yeah.
These men will have thrown against the slowest throwers in the country and the quickest throwers in the country, so it should be easier for them to level out.
25. Didn't want that. So, chance for Daffod here, put in a big score, get the initiative in this leg. Scotland still slight favourites here. If we can get a big treble visit. Yep.
It's an unlucky last start.
Like last one. But leaves in the finish, the 154. Davin needs to be thinking of taking 200 out in 6.
Oh, that's not a good start.
No. No.
39.
It's going to have 6 starts from here.
One for the 2 treble 19s.
$94. Wheels require 161.
It's a big ask, but it's on the board.
It's on.
It's on. For the 17s. Slid into the 2s.
Just take a second to compose himself.
Yeah. Okay, over to Scott. 860. 3 darts in hand.
Requires 60.
In between them.
Yeah, super dart. Super dart. That'll settle him in.
That's it.
It's Wales to go first.
I don't. Won't put Daffod out of his rhythm.
$45. 81.
That second dart's giving Daffod a wee bit of trouble.
It is indeed, yep. A bit of a blocker there. Yep.
Straight down.
Had to go for cover.
56.
Second dart again, Michael.
Yeah, his first dart's been supreme, but the second dart's just causing him. That's a super dart. That's a super dart.
Keeps him in control of this leg. On throw. Scott's struggling a bit here, but David needs to see this out.
100.
That's a great last start again.
Scott, two trebles really here. Not going to get them.
100. Wheels require 131.
You can see the frustration there with the first start from David. You can see the frustration in his face.
31.
He knows that he can find it. He's just struggling at the minute.
140 from Scott makes it interesting here. That's unlucky.
That's a good dart.
64.
Leaves him the big one. The
Wheels
170.
require 100.
Some would call it good counting, Mark.
Yeah. Now, does he go two tops? No, he doesn't. Big 20. Acquired.
60.
So,
Scotland require
saw it yesterday.
170.
Gary Elliott hit it. And it's on.
That's two.
The bullseye.
Oh,
145.
Big effort there from Scott.
you're not getting much closer than that without hitting it.
Mean nothing. If David hits those tops, and he does.
Game shot the second day. The wheels.
Show good nerve there, David, after that. That was big pressure put on him. Good nerve show.
Game on. $140.
Good start from Scott. Again, that second dart from David loose.
82.
It's a good switch.
$83.
Frustration from David.
Well, he just knows he can throw better than this, Mark.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. He knows he can throw better than this, and he's really...
84.
His last start has been impeccable. It's been saving him.
Scott on throw here. In control of the leg. Oh.
Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky.
Two on the floor. Now, David jump all over that.
$90.
Would have been hoping for more, but gets him back into the leg.
It's a counting switch, that, isn't it, after such a good first start?
Yeah. Now Scott's back in.
And the third. Go on. Oh,
140.
that's unlucky. Great darts.
Scott. I think David will be looking two big trebles. Oh, slack last start.
83. Scotland require 118.
Still a chance. If you're 78, it goes late teens, you'd think.
$58.
Indeed.
Right, big ask here.
$154.
Big ask for David. So Scott will come back. 3 in hand for 60.
$94. Scotland requires 60.
Take this out in the opening leg of the match.
And there it is.
Yeah.
He's been dynamite on that double
Yep.
when he's got to it.
4 days, wheels to throw first.
So, match going with throw. Scott, of course, had the chance of a break in the previous.
137.
Leg David started first with the
It's a good opening
full
visit.
effort on the 170.
$93. $177.
Superb darts there from David.
$96.
But if he's to win the match, he's going to have to find a break or throw somewhere.
51.
That's inconsistent for me after 2 great visits to open the leg.
What should have 98.
85. Wheels
6,
require
136.
136.
Has a chance. Yep.
Still on.
Unlucky.
128.
It's a great effort from the Welshman there.
It's a good effort.
Yeah, this is pressure being applied.
Scott fine. The score boots.
140.
Just be
Wheels require
too
8.
late in the leg, but you never know.
Game shot the fourth leg. 2 wheels.
Good composure in that one.
Fifth leg. It's Scotland is over.
As you say, still needs to find a break.
Scott will be thinking, hold here, and put the pressure on David.
83.
And one after that. David will be thinking break here, and then he's thrown for the match.
If David can bring himself up to the same standards that last leg, he's in with a big shout. It's a super last start.
Running with a ton.
$95.
Yeah, David in again.
He's really starting to find his trebles now.
Yep. Scoring
100.
markedly improved from the first couple of legs.
$66.
He's got to be disappointed with that last one.
Again, you have to wonder, is it just the pressure from
Yeah,
David's sort of consistent scoring over the past leg and a bit?
83.
That looks like a blocker to me.
And the first thing to say there is that it's slightly upsetting his rhythm. As you'd say, David's a more meticulous thrower. He's more methodical in his approach.
Yep, make go to the 18s here. No,
100.
from 118.
Scotland required 164.
Scott just missed the 170 in the previous leg. Got up to treble 19 route.
50.
Now,
Wheels require 118.
this would be massive if David can get a break through here. Still on. Needs a treble. 78 and go to the 18s.
58. Scotland require 114.
Bit of pressure in this now for Scott. Still a chance he can go 18s.
There's tension in both arms there. There's tension in both arms. It's a very, very important leg, and they both know
This
it.
could be the crucial break of throw. David needing 60.
Takes a second to compose.
It's nervy dart.
Game shot the fifth leg.
You can hear that from David. You can hear that from him at Mentalot.
David with darts.
It's Wheels through first.
Throwing for the match.
And now the pressure changes. The pressure goes straight back on to the Scottish man.
Yep. Again, Scott will be frustrated. Started the match so well, and then David has come back into it.
39.
There's a chance for Scott to pile in.
A good dart thrower will always punish well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always punish well.
123.
Okay, now David needs to regain that scoring power. Again, that could be awkward. Yep, it's coming out.
57.
I'm not sure that's enough, Mark. I'm not sure that's enough.
Already Scott has an effect. Stolen the darts here after one visit.
60.
David can't buy a treble 20 at the minute.
100.
It's a fine last start, though.
Yeah.
It's a fine last
You needed
start.
that.
It does when you're up on the stage like that. It'll play on your mind.
Absolutely.
Your first 6 starts aren't fine, and it'll make you switch when you don't want to switch. It'll make you try combinations you're not used to doing.
Right. Big score from David here. Change the complexion of this league.
Oh, that's
140.
excellent scoring. Under that kind of pressure, that's fantastic scoring.
Scott needs to match it, you would think.
It's a bit of a blocker, is it?
Yeah.
He's moved.
Go downstairs.
41.
Not sure about that last start.
No.
Have it on a bogey, but he won't mind. Take this down.
You might mind that.
Has 6 starts at it. Be looking at treble here. Doesn't get it.
45.
So we're going back for Shanghai in the 20s to win the match.
Scott needs a big one here.
Yeah, treble 1 again.
78.
It's unlucky.
Wheels require 120.
He's out waking the neighbours there.
Yep. Nope. Just needs to set it up.
He'll take that. He'll take that. Puts big pressure on Scott here.
141.
This has to go, you would think, to bring us to a final leg. If not, David will come to the board with 3 in hand at 20. It's on. Oh,
117.
It was a fine effort. A fine effort.
Wheels require 20.
it's fine margins in these games. Again, just missed the ball for the 170, which would put him, I think, 3-0 up. That's right on the wire.
It's a great marker. It's 2 good markers.
Surely.
No,
Yes.
Game.
fine dart.
Shot. And the fifth set.
Super darts.
Wheels.
Great darts.
Williams
Very impressed with David there. Didn't start the game well and played himself into it.
completes his Celtic Cup with 2 wins from 2. Not much more you can do about that. Next up is David Rogers against Alex Morrison.
The next game to the stage, I would like to call David Rogers and Alex Morrison.
A 3-2 to Scotland here. The Welshmen will be looking to even it up on this one. David setting the ball rolling, bringing them back into the game. Both quality players. Can expect a faster pace game this time.
Sixth set. First leg is Wheels to throw first. Game on.
So David has the darts.
$36.
It's a nervy start from the Welshman.
$40.
And the same for Alex.
$85.
It's a better visit.
$82.
A great last start there from Alex.
$81.
David starting to settle in a bit more. His first start's landing. Just needs to get the other 2 to follow.
45. 41.
You can see the pressure both men are under here. There's tension in their arms.
81.
It's a fine last start from Alex.
84.
Pulled the last one.
60.
Alex isn't happy with that. 3 well thrown darts. Didn't find the target again. David in with the first.
98. 99.
Alex found a score when he needed it. 76 going. Oh, that's a fine check out. Fine check out by David Rogers. There's no hanging about with these guys.
60. 140.
David Rogers really finding that treble now. Alex needs to keep with him. Just settle in. There we go.
81.
A loose last start. Maybe clip the flight.
41.
It's a loose visit there from David. Can Alex capitalise?
60.
I'm not sure if that's enough. Not the way David's hitting those trebles.
100. 125.
It's a better visit from the Scot.
60.
Leaves a finish for the Welshman. Alex coming in for a setup.
55.
Last start's just eluding him.
80. Scotland require 120.
It's another good visit. Shanghai. Still on. Still on.
100.
That's unlucky. It's good effort from Alex. Tops.
60. Scotland require
He could room us in that. It's just inside. Shot. Super dart. Last dart in hand. Big pressure on it. Brings it to one each.
Game on.
Again, David finding the treble. Alex seems to have slowed down slightly. I don't know if it's affecting his throw or not, but certainly David's rhythm's just been the same throughout. Same pace, same throw, and it's really showing the consistency of his scoring. Just a good last start. But again, David in with the first and the second.
140.
Super visit from the Welshman. Leaving a finish. Alex needs something here.
100.
Not sure if that's enough.
61.
Again, finding that treble with the last start. Alex needs a big one. Put pressure on it. He's not going to be happy with that visit. 61 to go. composing himself.
Game shot in the third leg, 2 wheels. Fourth leg, it's Scotland through first.
David's been clinical so far. Clinical.
41.
Again, Alex really struggling just to get his rhythm.
55.
Could be an opening for him. He wasn't punished there.
60. 140.
Fantastic visit there from David. His average is going to be very, very good in this leg. In this entire game, in fact.
100.
Good answer there from Alex. Good answer.
$95.
Again with the last start in the treble.
$45.
Alex just isn't finding it. It could be partly to do with the pressure that David's putting him under here. David's scoring has been so consistent again with the treble and again.
85.
It's a loose last one, but it still leaves him a reasonable finish. Alex needs to answer soon.
58. Wheels require 126.
6 starts from here at 126. Compose himself again.
86.
It's a great last start. Swap into the 19s.
$100.
You can see the frustration there in Alex. You can see the frustrations within him. And tops.
Shot the fourth leg, 2 wheels.
David Rogers is so composed up on that stage.
Game on.
I think Alex is feeling a bit of the pressure of it, but these games can swing quickly. David straight into the treble again, and again, and again. Fantastic darts there.
60.
On another day, that's a 140 for Alex, but not this day.
41.
Well, there's a door open.
$100.
But again, straight back to the treble for the Welshman.
123.
Fine margins. The difference here is David's enjoying himself there. It's on. Just composed himself. Went for the 18s.
85. $100. Wheels require 72.
It's a good visit there from Alex. Shot. And that's clinical finishing from David Rogers. Alex Morrison will be disappointed with that. You can see what it means to David as he leaves the stage. The crowd are happy with that performance. It's possibly as good as we've seen this weekend. Team managers and teammates celebrating and congratulating him on a great performance.
Wayne Davies and Colin Miller. Your match referee for the next 2 games will be Jackie Rowley.
So now we're at 3 each. Wayne and Colin coming up. This is where we can pivotal point in matches where we can lose games, win games. Two experienced campaigners, Wayne and Colin.
Seventh set, first leg, Scotland McDonald's. Game on.
So Colin for the off here. Looking to stop the Welsh progress. Won the last two.
$125.
It's a good visit.
Good afternoon, Michal.
And how are you, sir?
Hold on, better off that stage. It's very warm up there.
Well, we were just commenting there on how well you were looking. In fact, just been joined by our previous match referee, Mel. How are you?
I'm doing all right, yes.
You're looking well.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
$180.
That's a fantastic standard at art, sir.
180 just as that hits. How coincidental. Yeah, the pup was telling me yesterday that I broke the cardinal sin of doing refereeing.
You didn't count right?
No, I turned up looking better than him.
No, Anthony wouldn't like that now. Well, Colin started this leg very well against Wayne.
He's off to a flyer. Scotland team is very impressive so far with
100.
Chandler, Ross the Boss Montgomery and Ryan Hogarth.
96 left now. Wayne will need to just settle in a wee bit here.
Yeah.
He wants to keep the momentum going. The Welsh have won the last two.
Scotland requires 96.
96 going.
Wayne not
It's a super dart.
start that he would have liked.
80.
16 left and he'll be back for it. Wayne needs to put a bit of pressure on. 180 or 140 he'll only do.
140 minimum to put pressure on.
That's not a good dart. He's not going to be happy with that now.
22.
Is that just a bit of pressure there that's putting him on? Do you think that's a bit of pressure that puts him under that, or?
I think so. I think the Welsh captain may have had a little word in Wayne's ear here saying 2 on the bounce, let's make it 3.
No
It's
score.
hard to say. It is hard to say.
Well, there's 3 missed starts at a double. Wayne needs to capitalise on that. This is more like it from the Welshman. Oh, that's a fantastic visit.
That's pressure.
Fantastic
Come back
visit.
and he can come back from 38 if the pressure shows on Colin.
Well, it showed in the first one and the second. One to do it. And that is pressure.
That's pressure.
That's where the 180s really count.
Never count yourself out of a leg. That's what can happen. Now, if I was me, I would not be going directly. I would have gone 6 or 10 there, but left himself in the madhouse.
And that's why they call it the madhouse. That's why they call it the madhouse. It's an interesting way to go.
It is. He was going for a 3 there, really to leave double 8, but the 17's there for an assurance.
That's a composed dart there. Now that's much better.
He took an extra second there, and we also did.
He did indeed.
That's the difference.
Well, let's go on with dart so far. Let's see if Wayne can keep that scoring going from that 180.
44.
Not in this occasion.
Colin back to the board. He started off like a rocket in that first leg.
He did.
Again, good switching.
96.
One big trouble of this, it's hard to beat. Let me tell you.
It is,
Took
but
one darts for-
at this level now, you need one big treble visit. Every visit.
You're right. At this level, you expect it.
83.
You expect it from internationals.
These guys are long-term dart throwers. Have been around the block. It surprises the level of confidence they can just disappear from somebody within 3 darts at this level, isn't it?
You're right. You know, you're absolutely right. And then just on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have boys coming back into the game after 20 years. I believe I've heard through the grapevine now there's a Scottish player returning to international duty after 20 years.
Do you think the scene's changed much in 20 years?
I'd say, well, obviously.
Certainly for him.
Yeah, the game's advanced.
140.
That's super visit.
From the mid-90s there, obviously the game has completely adapted. The boards and trebles is a whole lot bigger. And yeah, technology now as well. The darts, the different darts.
Great answer.
You can see Wayne's darts there. They're the smooth barrel, almost like a Ted Hankey-esque dart.
I would call that an old school dart now.
Old school,
I would. That's.
But then if you look at the likes of Collins there, there's umpteen grooves and
ringed, gnarled, lined.
Whatever the player feels is right in their hand, I suppose. I seen a boy throwing at the Scots a few years ago. Obviously, a bit of a trick shot with 6-inch nails.
Well, if you can throw them, why not?
I could throw up, never mind 6-inch nails. But these men can throw, let me tell you.
They sure can.
Some fabulous display of darts this weekend here in Bellini's in the area.
Wales requires 144.
So 144. It's a great first dart. Just under the wire.
16 or the travel 8 here to set this up.
Ah, it's a fine dart.
From 16. That's brilliant darts there from the
It's a fine dart. 107 though.
You look at travel
Still on.
Here. Ooh, it's 85. You look travel 15. Yeah.
57. Wales requires.
Just that loose dart can really punish you though. It can really punish you.
And hit this now.
There it is. Clinical, that's clinical finishing now. He really needs to be up for it here if they want to go for 3 on the bounce here. But Colin needs to stop the rot somehow. He needs it. It's going with darts.
Colin's a very steady action.
It's something I've noticed from watching all the games here is that certainly at the very low amateur levels that I be throwing at, the consistency in the arm movements and body movements of each of those throwers. There's very little body movement and the arm is in the same position for nearly every throw. It's so consistent.
You're right, you're right. I mean,
you can just see
old greats such as John Lowe and Bob Anderson there, you would see
140.
tutorial videos that they say the one crucial thing about your dart throw is you should keep your body and your head completely steady, and the only thing that's moving is the arms.
You can see it in almost every throw here. Both these throwers are given a prime example of how to set up at an hockey. As you can see, not a movement, just the arm. Head stays still, body stays still.
95.
Of course you're going to have the slight dart that will fall into a treble 5 or a treble 1. We can't all be 9 darts on every leg, but you can see the consistency.
Yep, Wayne's action's very much the same there. It's still bodied, straight arm, follow through, lovely throw. These two guys, two great throws. But then on the other end of the spectrum, God rest him, if you look at the famous Jockey Wilson, that man was near hitting a roof throwing a dart.
That's true.
Went straight as a day.
75.
That's true. I think it's a Big John Henderson who the guys would call him the rocker.
Right,
he's like a rocking chair throwing darts.
The Highland man
but
himself,
it works for him. Indeed he is.
101.
That's a good visit. Leaves a good finish. 1-3-1 here for Colin.
Maybe look at the treble 17 here to set it up.
42.
He's annoyed with that dart. You can see the frustration in him. It was slightly loose.
That's twice me all he's been throwing for that treble 17. He's hit a 2.
You can see that's where the frustration's in, because these guys have the quality to do it. It's as simple as that. When they're not doing it, they're going to be frustrated.
You're not being selected for your country if you can't play.
Scotland requires 89.
89, you'll be looking at the treble 19 or me Hull.
It's a fine dart. It's a fine dart.
That's a fine dart, is right. And a clinical finish there from the Scotsman.
Absolutely clinical.
2-1 in this 7th set.
Fourth leg, Wales and darts.
There's now a big leg for Colin. Colin can push this one on. Steele, if he can break here, it's a big leg. Wayne needs full concentration on this one.
You're absolutely right. That's the difference between 3-1 and a race to 4 and 2 each. There's a massive, massive difference. Your whole frame of mind changes if you're 3-1 down. From 2 each, you can obviously settle in and advance. But no, from 3-1 down, it's a very tough ask.
It's a long road back, isn't it? It's a long road back. Wayne here will also be feeling a bit of the pressure. He'll want this to go 2 each. He'll want this to make this a quick sprint at the end.
You're expected to really hold your throw at this level. Aiming for 15 darts.
Colin's just consistently hitting a treble every visit. You can see the pressure and the tension starting to come into the darts here from Wayne.
You can. And
that's not a good visit.
This hold the throw is.
It's not a good visit.
Because if the Scottish international goes ahead and steals this leg, he's then throwing for the game.
He should capitalise on that. It's built into every good dart thrower to capitalise on a bad score from their opponent.
You're absolutely right.
It's just a natural instinct to try and grab the game by the neck.
You're absolutely right. You have to go for the jugular, as they say. Slack last dart there from Wayne.
Colin for a big outshot here.
He doesn't need to go for this, and to be quite honest with you, Michal, if that had went in, he was staying there for a second treble 20 and he had had a 1 or a 9 to leave.
Again,
that's a great finish.
Leaves himself 61, just steady, consistent darts, didn't have to do anything special.
When your opponent's back in 268, you have the freedom there to obviously go whatever way you want. Many a player would go to try and pump themselves up, but personally I would have always suggested to just stay where you are, set it up, percentage shot, and take it out.
21.
See, that's exactly why. Look, if he had went there, he could have been looking 25 in that last visit. Made a hash of it. Now he's coming back 3 clear darts at 40 to go 3-1 up and then through for the game. That's the difference.
100.
It's a good visit from Wayne though. He definitely could have done with 2 trebles there. He got 1.
Really fancy Colin to hit this here. Oh, he's hit the double 1. He'd be looking at double 19.
21.
He's upset with himself there. Now, can Wayne steal?
Oh, he should.
16 or 8.
For the double.
Now, it's a fine effort. It's a fine effort, but there was a lot of pressure on that dart. Now, let's see if Colin can put this one to bed.
And that's a dart.
With the final dart. Just something I've noticed there about Colin is his scoring's fantastic and he's so consistent. But as my team captain always said, it's doubles for dough, trebles for show.
You're 100% right.
I think Colin, if he could just tighten up his doubles, he'd get this one put away pretty quick.
The famous Mr. George came out with that one. Mr. Bobby George. Trust he's doing well.
Well, there's no doubt he's probably watching us on Facebook or Twitter.
With a bit of luck.
Maybe YouTube.
60.
Richie Rich will be giving him the tablet at home. Tune in, Dad. So, Bobby, if you are watching us, hello from me and Nal.
84.
You owe me 20 quid, Bobby. Don't forget about that.
He'll pay up. That's a great last start there from Colin. It's a great last start. The one thing I've noticed about him is he consistently seems to be getting 1 treble per visit, and that's another good visit there from Wayne, the answer.
Anthony Dundas just joined us temporarily there in the commentary box.
59.
Anthony just puts us to shame, you know, we're darts enthusiasts rather than experts, whereas Anthony's a full-time expert.
Yeah.
And a full-time nice guy.
He is, he's 100%.
60.
He'll be some pup when his tail grows.
Colin really needs to settle into this leg if he wants to put this one to bed.
He does.
Wins effectively stolen the darts here.
And that's
Again,
that's completely stolen the darts here now. The position where Wayne is now, what do you look? He will look for 1 or 2 travels, and there's 1. He will be happy with 2. Maybe stay there.
Yeah, that's not a bad visit under the circumstances.
Just the way that second dart was landed.
Leaves himself a finish.
He may have went elsewhere there, but no.
This is better. This is better from Colin.
157, a big ask for Wayne here, me all. You just look to set
Again, the setup, I think you're right now. I think the setup's more important than the big outshot, you know.
Yeah.
87.
Now, maybe Colin can prove me wrong. Maybe Colin can prove me wrong here. Maybe he can take this out.
You need a good second dart here now to leave double 18. And he's got it.
He's got
double
it.
18 for the match.
Oh, there it is.
Gets it.
There it is. I would say he must have listened to me after that last leg. Tighten up your doubles and you'll get this done, Colin.
The 157 there from Wayne was crucial, really, to either take or leave a very close set to put pressure on Colin there.
Absolutely.
Doing at this standard, these boys here, 116 out shots is nothing. The quality of players,
Okay,
even Mark Layton coming on ninth game.
Wales, Jim Williamson.
But here, anyhow, this is one of the games that I've been sort of looking forward to in this draw.
And Scotland, Scott Robertson.
Jim Williams of Wales plays Scott Robertson of Scotland. Jim Williams, obviously, with his vast experience playing and the B.D.O majors there. He's been at the Lakeside a few times, Masters. This guy's the real deal.
He is indeed, yeah. And if Jim Williams get into the right rhythm, you'll find that his scoring, more than anything, wins him legs.
You're right. His scoring's impeccable.
You know, but again, it's a different stage and a different pressure. Playing for your country against another country, it's, you know, you're talking World Cup standard here. It's a different level. It's a different pressure than throwing for yourself now.
It's a complete different pressure. I know, boys, Jim Williams blowing me a kiss there.
He's probably seen how well you look today. That's
well, you know, Jim stepping up for his 3 practice starts there. Just go back to the topic that I brought up about a good steady throw. If you look at Jim, everything there is just
consistent.
It is.
It's consistent. Here's Scott. Now there's something that I've noticed. Not a lot of throwers do it much now, but the pointing of the back leg, the pointing of the toes on the back leg. A lot of players now, you can see there that Jim, just a slight incline on the foot, but a lot of players now like to plant their back foot.
You're right, yep.
To try and keep some sort of consistency within the body weight that doesn't shrug or push a shoulder when it shouldn't.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Personally, now I find I plant all my weight on the foot, on the yaki, and I just literally quite point the toe just to keep the balance. All the weight balanced down a straight line, and try and just move your arm now through the unfortunate thing of dartitis. I haven't been able to just throw a straight dart for quite some time at the minute, but I'll get there.
Like all good throwers now, you throw through that.
You have to.
You throw through it.
No other way about it.
8 set, first leg.
Interesting now, watching Jim throw. The grip of his dart is right at the front of the barrel, almost just on the point.
You're right, yeah. And in fact, I believe his middle finger does actually rest on that point.
Yeah.
100.
Again, there he is showing his scoring prowess, first 3 darts.
But we know Jim's more than capable of this. It's no shock to us. Now, the Welsh captain
60.
will be expecting this to somewhat be a banker game to bring this tie between Scotland and Wales to 4-all in sets.
He would be hoping of it. Scott Robertson won't be hoping that. Scott Robertson will be saying, I'm going to give you all I have, Jim, and Jim will know about it. He's going to know he's in a game. Scott's got pedigree.
He has. He's very
Throws at all the international opens, Northern Ireland Open. Seen him here in Bellini's before, did. Scottish Open.
43.
really he'll just be hoping to settle in, knowing Jim has darts in the first leg, settle in and find his rhythm.
Yeah, find the range.
95.
That's one big treble a visit there from Jim. Like I said, that's tough.
It's consistency. Consistency's key in these stages of games. To open up well, let your opponent know.
45.
Yeah, that's unlucky there from Scott Robertson. You just have to let your opponent know that you're going to find these trebles, and they have to raise their game then.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Michael.
100.
Again with the treble.
3 tons in this leg, and a 95 leaves him on 106 after 12 darts thrown.
Is that point touching?
I think it is.
81.
There it
And it
was.
is, yep. Fair play to Jackie
Wales
there.
prize 106.
Jackie called it the action properly for the first time this weekend.
Jackie be late here, you say that. 101, but you can see there are no dramatics there from Jim. Just, as you say, setting up.
44.
No need to do anything special. No treble 17s. Just settle in, get the first leg under your belt.
You're 100% right, especially your opponent sitting on 272. I mean, even a straight ton wasn't even a finish there.
100. Wales requires 62.
You look at the treble 10 here, Michal. Oh, and that's 45. Leave him 17. You look for the single one and the W.D.F.
46.
Well, he'll be back for 16.
He will. Jim's
All Scott can do here is just push for a heavy score, leave himself something. That's fine margins there now, fine margins.
80.
Great last start, great last start. Leaves a 92 check. Double it now.
That's a great marker. He just brushed off that bar and
And so he did.
like so.
You could hear it click.
Second leg, Scotland has.
I can talk a good game of darts, just can't throw them. Michal. That's the difference.
We're not too unlike each other now. That's a good opening visit there from Scott.
That's what Scott needs, that in his throw. He's throwing first in this leg. He just wants to steady tons. Maybe 140. It's hard to
Again,
beat.
there we see with Jim's darts, you see the difference in the type of barrel that we can get. So Jim's throwing with a ringed and knurled dart.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's what's comfortable for each.
100.
180 darts provide Jim's.
They seem
setup.
to become more and more fashionable to have these dots within the darts and give some form of better grip for the thrower. I don't know how true that is, or whether it's just a design or a selling point, but
I believe it's a pixel grip.
a
To be
lot
quite
of
honest
darts
with you,
suppliers are going towards that range now, whether or not that's because it's giving better grip or because it's maybe it's a thing more the professionals are looking into. A lot of the amateurs will follow that.
Jackie just correcting his earlier mistake there. Well spotted, Jackie.
58.
Jim just hasn't been as prolific in this leg now.
He hasn't, no, but again, I think it's the authority there. Scott was laying down. Tom opening visit. This is my throw. He's told Jim that's my throw.
97.
And again, his switch start to treble 19s has been impeccable, hasn't it?
It has, yes. He's playing very, very good. Now Jim's into the treble here. He will be looking for a minimum 140.
100.
Hasn't got it. So again, Scott on 122 here, Michal. Nothing spectacular. If he hits this, that should leave 50. And I'm hoping to see him
An
going for the
18.
10. Oh no,
Oh,
he
he
went.
went.
For it.
You can hear the moans and groans from the crowd there now. I don't know if they were sure he should have went for that. Okay, it's one of those darts that can really leave you wondering, you know. You hit an 18, leaves a 32, hit a 10, leaves you tops. You're coming back with 3 clear darts. Now you're wasting one going in at 25, having to hit the big single under pressure.
You're 100% right. And Jim Williams here trying to apply this pressure. And he has done. There he's coming back for 74. Here's Jim.
There's a big
He's had to
single.
waste the dart here now. Now it's worked in his benefit.
That's clinical finishing.
It is clinical finishing. In this instance, that's worked out to Scott's benefit, but effectively, I wouldn't have liked to see that. I'd like to have seen going for the big number, come back for 3 straight darts.
Effectively, what Niall's saying is if you're only starting out in darts,
97.
When you're that far ahead in the leg, you don't have to push yourself to hit anything spectacular.
Do not do anything spectacular. You're absolutely right. If your opponent's on a finish, that's a whole different story.
Absolutely.
100.
Their Bristow versus Keith Dallar story will tell you that when Bristow left the hit the 18.
Never renege on a double.
That's it.
Never renege on a double.
You're 100% right. Bristow hit the big 18 to leave 32, and Mr. Keith Dallar
140.
went out as 138. Spectacular. Still see the 138 in his autograph.
Indeed.
Not that you get too many of them.
I think it's the same as Brenton Dolan. You still see the 9 on his.
You're right.
You know,
80.
And that's one thing that'll never.
these
never
players
leave.
live by these outshots. You know, their reputation can be built upon something as good as that.
Brendan, obviously the first one to do the double in, double out 9.
81.
Televised.
I can remember I had 9 at the double to get in the double in format.
I believe if you search the media, Co Stompy actually done double in, double out 9 darter on a practice board, yeah.
Co Stompy, another great thrower.
Not televised. Co Stompy was a topic of conversation between myself and Mark there yesterday in the comms.
100.
Stompy's now trying to campaign for alcohol to be taken out of the game.
Co is?
Yes. Yeah. Basically, he said that it's equivalent to doping.
Well, I suppose
45.
if it lifts the inhibitions of a thrower and it makes them more confident to go for something, then it does impact their ability and their approach to a game. But whether or not it positively impacts their ability, I couldn't say.
47.
That's unlucky there from Jim. Scott really needs to push it here. But again, as you said, Niall, if he can keep on his own throw, if he can keep winning legs on his own throw, then it's really up to him.
That is. You're absolutely right. Expect him to get that out of that first start. That first start's a lovely guide, and that's a better guide. I expect this.
No score.
You can see the frustration there. Such 3 well thrown darts and not to fall in.
You heard Jim calling himself. He was very unlucky. Very unlucky. Scott, look at the treble 18 here to lead for tops.
Oh, he found it.
154.
Now, pressure on the 36 now for Jim.
26.
Well, look at double 9 now. It's a dodgy one, Mihal. But he's got it.
Man of his calibre doesn't feel that sort of dodgy nerves that we would feel now. However, that being said, it's a risky double. And remember, he missed 5 doubles to get it.
He did.
It's not something we're used to seeing.
Here.
100.
Steady on his own throw again.
Yeah, you're right now. Scott really seems to be stomping down his authority in his own throw.
I think you have a different mindset on your own throw as well.
60.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a natural confidence knowing that you're going ahead of somebody, or if it's just a matter of, as you say, this is mine and I own it.
Yep.
You'll have to take it from me rather than.
Absolutely, I believe that's a mentality you need to have.
100.
And again, it's showing in Scott's game now. There's back-to-back tons in the 4th leg.
Yeah. Game's actually being thrown at a very good pace.
It is, yeah. Jim isn't one to waste time up there. He likes to get in and get stuck in. And Scott seems to be just the same. Takes a little second there to get his grip, and
100.
Scott actually reminds me a wee bit of Christian Kist,
pulling the face.
former
there.
world champion. Seems to bite on his tongue as he releases the dart.
He does, yeah.
60.
Do you remember watching Christian Kist in the B.D.O World Final? I can remember thinking, why is this man blowing me a kiss every time he's thrown?
Scott's just dropped one there.
Just going to compose himself.
60.
3 well thrown darts there for a 60, isn't it?
It's harsh when you see fine margins like that. Brilliant throwing 60. You would have expected more there, Mihal.
Jim's really struggling on Scott's throw. I think you're right. I think he's finding the approach that Scott has to it hard to take.
Jim's temperament against throws should just be to get in, hit a 140 in your first throw, and put the wind back up your opponent.
41.
Absolutely.
Way to be.
You need to answer at this level. You need to answer every throw. He's
And that's a lovely dart there. I would expect a 140 minimum.
Maybe the 180.
Full house.
Oh, that's fantastic darts there from Jim Williams. Really putting the pressure down on that ton now for Scott.
See if we can feel the pressure now.
Will he go
He's
tops?
He's moved over here to look for the treble. As you can see, and he'll just throw. He'll maybe hit tops.
He hit it with his last. I don't know now, but two in your hand. Two in your hand. Your opponent's sitting on 58 at the moment, Jim Williams caliber.
Yeah.
I think you need to go for the checkout.
Scott was a man to know there. He knew, maybe he felt that he could have used the first dart as a bit of a stacker dart.
Yeah, Jim's missed an opportunity there. Jim's really missed an opportunity there. Capitalise.
Yeah,
here's Scott
really
to
did.
come in, close the leg out. There it is. Again, stamped with authority, that double.
Jim would have loved that steal to throw there. He'd have been throwing for the match here, Michal. And I don't think it's phased him much. There he's just kicked in another maximum. And again, I believe this is all to do with the mentality of throwing with throw.
I think you're right. Yeah, absolutely. I think you can almost see the change in both throwers' approach to the leg. There's almost a slight fear from Scott there that this isn't his leg and he needs to maybe do something more special than he did in the last leg.
And that puts pressure on the players to outperform their opponent who's throwing with the natural confidence of throwing first.
Looks a better dart there.
60.
Again, just on the wire, the treble.
Better. It most certainly did look better, Michal. And Jim's back in that treble again. It's relentless here. And maybe look for a swap. Down to the 19s, yeah. Leave himself on 177 when he comes back. If he finishes that, I'll give him the cure.
59.
Give a shout out to the greatest finish I've ever seen. I've seen a 184 check down one day.
Did you?
Big shout out to Justin McCavitt. Took it out down the Clockmore Inn. Well, he took out the 154.
57.
I think the referee just gave him the extra 30 points there. Feeling sorry for him. And Jim's left Shanghai. Scott
95.
really needed two trebles that visit.
He'd want this first dart high. Oh, see, that doesn't help. He may have room there. I think that's
Is that
the
a
treble
one maybe?
42.
Yeah.
The treble one, Michal.
Still.
If Scott can put a score in here now, that 78 is going to cause Jim.
This is fantastic from Scott. That is fantastic darts from Scott.
Jim hoping for two at double 12, and he's going to get them. Double 6.
Ah, there it is.
Game shot on the first leg.
There's an unexpected silence there from the crowd. They just weren't sure if it had gone in. Again, Scott on his own, starting off with a treble.
137.
Two big trebles at the start of this leg again. It just emphasises the point of having the confidence. But then if you look at Jim here now, he's just come in 2 trebles. Can he fill it up?
139.
This is Jim. Jim can see blood now. He's just at the finish line. He needs to get across, and I think his mentality is boosted after that last win.
45.
He's got, and here's the opportunity that he's been waiting for. If you can come in here now with another 2 big trebles, even one, it's going to put Scott's
there's one of them
under pressure.
100.
It's a good visit from Jim.
Very good visit, context to the game here. He's 50-something points ahead. And you can see the nerves coming into Scott's game here now. He knows.
58.
58 again.
The one thing I have to give this Rovers though is the consistency of the action of the arm does not change no matter what the pressure. The tenseness in their grip of their dart and the power they throw at will slightly differ under different tensions, but the action of throwing remains consistent throughout. It's fantastic to watch.
You're right, it's the fundamental part of the game. If your throw's wrong, the dart's not going to go where they need to.
Absolutely.
Scott will be looking for another one here.
100.
Well, again,
That's not
leaves
just
himself
enough.
a finish.
Jim Williams is favourite to take this live now, in my opinion, and I think that
Absolutely.
is in. And he'll stay there, and he'll maybe look at a single 12. Oh no, it wasn't him, sorry. 100 scored, leaving 64. This is a big ask from Scott.
It's a big
I
ask.
feel it needs to go, and it won't.
It's going downstairs. That's a good dart. That's a
Leaving
good
him
dart.
64 there.
151.
Oh no, I've counted that wrong.
I don't know if that's a miscount or if it's leave myself a finish dart.
Oh, that's a great dart for double 8 for the match.
And there
And
it
he's
is.
got it.
Game shot. Wales.
That's a fabulous performance from Jim Williams there. And just as I said, when he went 3-2 up, he sensed an
kicked in.
opportunity to kick in.
He did. He really did. He kicked into another gear. Yeah, well, this is really where we get into that stage of the match where, as your team, you're looking to your captain to lead from the front, aren't you? Really?
Absolutely, and
So-
this man can do so. This man's a fabulous dart player. As is Robert, but Mark Layton, rather, top class player, been on the scene for quite some years. You can hear the
As
crowd
you
there
can see-
giving him a G.
You can see that Mark's a very deliberate thrower, very deliberate action. Robert the same. Crowd are starting to get behind the throwers now.
They are.
It's
They're
been a
really
good turnout here
enjoying
at Newry this weekend.
it. Great. The crowd's been fabulous this weekend so far, Michal.
Really getting involved in the games. It can make a great difference to you knowing your team are behind you.
That's it.
Pivotal game here at 4 each. Both these throwers know it now.
It is Michal, yeah. This is where you'll certainly find the flaws in the week. The latter stages of the games.
60.
The nerves will show if there's any nerves there.
I remember a good friend of mine telling me that there's no such thing as nerves in darts, it's all adrenaline. And it's just whatever way you handle that adrenaline. Your heart rate goes up and your blood's pumping the adrenaline. How do you focus that? How do you bring that into your game?
Just need to take a step back and relax. You can only do what you have. You have 3 darts in your hand. Nobody else can throw them for you. You take a step back, you take a breather.
That's
and
true.
You get in, you get it done. That's a very good 60 there from Mark Layton. Lucky not to come off better from that. And then here's Robert into the treble again.
100.
It's a good visit.
Good visit, but he would have wanted more after having that first dart and that treble 20. Perfect there. That's a great last dart from Mark.
Super last start. Yeah, the first one just seemed to have a wee bit a slight early release.
Keeps him in it.
60.
Do you feel if Mark can step up here now with a 140, he'll be favourite for the leg?
He's thrown that low. Swap down to the 19s.
58.
58.
136.
Robert from here. Well, we're off and running. Down for a 16. It's a good setup shot.
I've got a shout out coming through on the Facebook here from Linda Marshall, ex-Scotland Ladies International. She is sitting at home cheering on her Scottish borders.
58.
roots, yeah. So she is wishing all the best to Team Scotland.
It's a great dart there from Robert to settle in.
Linzilla
Holds his throw.
Nicknamed. Very good player is Linda.
So we've got another shout out there from a local darts thrower. Just won the league up in Dundalk. Hoping to replicate in Uri. Jared McCartney said I have a lovely voice. Thanks, Jared. So do you.
You can give him that tenner later for saying that.
I think he'll give me a tenner for going easy on him. That's a good steady visit. Again, just under the wire. Three very well thrown darts, well grouped. It's a good last start. Robert's really putting pressure on here. And there's a 180. That's fantastic darts from Robert. Robert Morrison really stamping a bit of authority down there. Mark, cool, calm, hits back. Leaves himself a 9-3. 161's a big ask from here from Robert. He'll be looking to find a treble.
65. Required 93.
It's a good leave. Leaves a 2 dart out. Now Mark. Left himself 85 here to hold 15 maybe. No, he's going treble 19. Oh, there we go. Obviously prefers that route. That's 1 each. Robert straight back. He's not taking time to think. It's a good visit. It's always best about it. Don't think too much. Straight in, throw your darts. It's another good visit from Mark. Robert switching down for 19s. He's going to be frustrated there. Mark's starting to feel a bit of pressure in his throat. It's an awkward lie.
82.
It's a great last start. A good switch to 19s. This is better. This is better. It's better from Mark Layton. Robert trying to find a response to that 140. Oh, that's unlucky. Set up shot from here. 18s. Robert needs to find 1 or 2 trebles. There's one.
100. Required 100.
Puts pressure on this 100 check.
20.
It's a good effort from Mark. 106. 91. Shots on. Oh, he's just dropped it. He's just dropped it. That leaves Mark with a shout. He need to take a second to compose himself.
No score. Summer required 20.
It's pressure there. Robert straight in. Doesn't feel it. Holds his own throw. Good to see the lads having a bit of sport about it. It's a good opener there from Mark. Sublime darts there from Robert Sublime. Mark's not standing down though. He's hitting back.
99.
Again, that's a good visit. Robert needs to continue finding trebles here.
100.
So he does. Great leg of darts this. The pressure swinging back and forward.
100.
Again, a good visit there from Mark. Oh, that's fantastic there from the big Scotsman, Robert Morrison. Leaves himself 81. Mark with a bit of work to do now. Again, it's a steady ton from Mark, but I don't know if it's enough.
Wales require 103.
103. It's a bit of an ask, but Mark's capable. 83. Went for the 51. Didn't get it. Now to clean up.
79. Scotland require 43.
It's a 9. 34 left. He split it. Oh, what a way to go. What a way to go. And that's the break. Robert now throwing for the game. This is a big incentive now to throw for the game to go in again, go 5-4 up.
45.
Mark's going to have to pull something out of somewhere here. It's a steady opening visit. Robert setting up goalposts there. Putting the last one in. His last start letting him down there. Robert's been very strong in the last start. That's more like it. Mark Layton. Again with the last start. Robert's been very, very consistent. He's always seemed to have answered Mark's scoring here. He's got the darts, but only just. Mark's really starting to come on strong with his scoring. He's putting pressure on. It's a good visit, leaves 99. Robert needs to at least find one treble here. And does.
81. Well, 99.
Now, 99 for Mark Layton. Bring himself back. There's the 9. Experience showing, bit of composure. It's a good last start.
75. Scotland require 115.
115 there for Robert. 97. Not be happy with that.
54. Wales require 24.
24 then for Mark Layton to break straight back. Suffering.
Scotland's last score was 55.
Oh, bounce out.
20.
I don't have the replay of that one, but it looked very close to bouncing straight out of the double. Double 3 for Mark. Shot hard. There it is. The break's not a break unless you hold. And that's a break straight back. And now with the darts, it's Mark Layton. Good to see a good friend, Jared McCartney, watching the darts up at home. Making the dinner.
Forty-two. 43.
It's a good visit there from Robert Morrison. Mark needs to settle in here. So he does. Fill it up then.
177.
Oh, that's fantastic. Good dodge, Jared. Well done, Mark Layton. 177.
125.
And that's a fine answer there from Robert. This leg's really starting to
30.
get down to the nitty-gritty here. It's a good visit there from Robert. Mark Layton won't panic, he's been here before.
98.
It's a good last start.
153.
It's fantastic darts.
153.
Aye. Mark Layton. It's just under the treble there.
97.
It's a great last start.
30.
Leaving himself 56. Robert for 30. It's a good marker. There it is. Robert Morrison putting Scotland in front.
Set 10.
Game back on from
Welcome to the stage, representing Wales, Mitch Butler.
Jared McCartney.
And from Scotland,
Must have nothing better to do than to listen to me all day. Thanks, Jared. Now the Scottish men in front. This is a big game for Wales. It's good etiquette there. Pouring water for both throwers. Like to see that. Phil Taylor likes to see that. Being joined again by now.
Who have we got here, Michal?
We're up to Mitch Butler and Ross McDonald here. Now, the game's kind of gone on an ivy with Scotland edging in front there now. I have to say, now again, Mark Layton was unlucky, but was, to be fair, should probably expected to win. You know, he went up there with the confidence of his team riding high. Jim Williams put them in a great position.
Yeah,
He'll be disappointed. He never really got going in it.
You're absolutely right there, but I mean, Ross McDougall is absolutely no mean feat here. Excuse me. Ross is a very good dart player in his own.
I think we've got another varying style of
84.
barrel here from Mitch. What do you think?
Yeah.
The bomber style as they would have been known.
The bomber style is right, whereas Mitch appears to be throwing with
81.
the new Raymond van Barneveld dart.
Indeed, yeah. RB95s.
You're right.
Again, two different grips, so a pixel at the front with a ringed grip at the top of the dart, so can suit
34.
either style of thrower if you hold the dart at the front or at the back.
You're right.
It's not a bad visit there.
Three scoreboards flying all over the show at the minute.
As long as we can see the score, I don't mind.
Our man Mark will get that sorted.
57. Sorry, 46.
Good check there by Tommy. Need to wipe his glasses, I think.
Oh, this is good darts from Mitch.
Mitch is straight back in there. Yep.
Nah, it's
140. Puts him what you would feel in prone position.
it's excellent darts.
140.
Ross not hanging about, answering straight back. It's a good last start.
22.
Yes.
It's a good last start.
Score required 153.
153 for Ross. 93. Oh, that's fine effort. It's a fine effort.
That's a look here.
Ross is a
All right.
92.
You look at maybe the
72.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, leaves him 60, but Ross to come in for 36 here. Claim the first leg.
Oh, that looked awkward there, so it did me all.
It's upsetting.
It's that double nine I was telling you about. Just
It's one of those awkward ones that throwers don't know whether to. Obviously, when you've only one dart, you have to go, but split or gift. Now Mitch to steal.
and it's just
He's dropped it.
there. Yeah. What Ross needs to concentrate here is the big number.
Exactly.
And
You can see
commentator's curse, if you like.
You can see it. You can see it. I think one of the biggest things is the pace that Ross throws at. It doesn't give him a lot of time to settle in and focus on that big number.
No, you're absolutely right.
And again, he didn't take that. Super dart from Mitch Butler there. Ross didn't take a lot of time over that double 9. It left himself in that position, you know. He doesn't, no, maybe it's a good thing. He doesn't think about what he has to do. He just goes in and does it. As you can see from his score, and it's very consistent. Different views from different people, I suppose.
Look where you're throwing and throw where you're looking. And that's a 180.
That's a full house. Again, the bomber style darts, the John Lowe style darts, actually. If you like now.
Yep, John Lowe darts has.
I think
it's
never the dart, it's the man throwing them. That's what I always say.
You're 100% right.
The 9 darters on here.
It is.
Commentator's curse again.
Yeah.
99.
I don't think Mitch will be thinking about a 9 darter in this. He'll be looking for the steal to throw and to go 2-0 up in the race to 4 here to draw even with Scotland.
Mitch's scoring has been very consistent, hasn't it? Both throwers' scoring has been very consistent, actually.
Been recently informed here by young James Ward there of Scotland that there hasn't been a leg of darts under 20, or sorry, over 21 darts, which is a great standard. But it's, like I said, Michal, it's a standard that we expect at this level.
That's a fantastic effort from Mitch.
Brilliant finish there from Mitch.
Your treble 17, all important there. But you're 100% right now. I think the level of darts that's being thrown here, the caliber of thrower that we have, it's really shining through.
137.
And relentless again, that the score, and he's piling on the pressure here onto Ross. And to be quite honest with you, Ross will be feeling it at this stage. He's 2-0 down.
59.
You can tell the first 2 legs, those 3 darts, there was at least 1 treble in them.
Yep, you're absolutely right. The Facebook's going again here, Michal. We've got Chris Quigley there from Killilea. And he's
36.
looking to shout out to Julianne Gracie and himself and apologising for not being able to make it this weekend. Well, Chris, that's not good enough. You should have been here cheering on the home nation, Northern Ireland, who is up in action here later this afternoon. But we wish you all the best back in Killilea.
23.
There's 23 from a man who just threw 5 perfect darts of a 9. It can happen us all.
It's a funny game.
Here's Ross in to punish.
177.
And that is punishing right there. You feel though that Ross really needs to take this leg.
100.
Needs to play himself back in. This would help a leg against the darts.
60. 60. Scotland require 124.
Ross coming in with a 1-2-4. He'll not be happy with that.
He's just sitting having a think here, Michal. He doesn't want to be rushing anything. He knows how crucial to getting a chalk on the board is here.
72. Wales require 145.
He went for the 3 10s on 62. It's the right option. Although, here we go again. Here we go again.
125.
Mitch will be looking at a new nickname after this weekend. Big finish.
Yeah,
Big finish.
Mitch.
Big finish, Mitch.
He's looking for double 8.
No score.
He's
He's busted it. You can hear the groans. It's something about darts too that you're always advised. Mitch punishes 3-0. Ross is really feeling the pressure now.
Yes.
But Mitch, obviously understanding, and I think you can tell by the reaction of your opponent when they're frustrated, and it gives you a slight edge and confidence. What do you think now?
No, I think you're right. Mitch is absolutely flying here at the minute.
He really is. Yeah, he's scoring so heavily.
And not only that, not only does Mitch, does Ross have to win the next 4 on the bounce to win, but I mean he'd just be thinking,
what's happened?
What has happened here? Yeah.
Particularly after the first 2 legs, he was phenomenally good. Yeah. Missed doubles again. Going back to that double 9, how quickly he threw that dart.
He needs a perfect run here. He needs 4 straight legs, and it's a big ask. He's more than capable. This man is more than capable of 4 on a bounce, but
absolutely.
Doing it under this pressure,
he almost needs to focus on just getting 1. Get 1, then you can get 2. If you're looking at it as a bigger picture, as you say, Alan, you're looking at, I have to win 4. You're putting yourself under too much pressure. Just each leg is its own. But Mitch is relentless on the trebles. He's
really a fabulous display from the Welshman here, Michal.
45.
And again, it comes down to what you had said earlier. This game's getting into the deep trenches now.
Yeah, the nitty-gritty stages of the game.
Big finish. Mitch sitting on 117. Wonder will he have a go at that?
45.
117, absolutely. I mean, it's just a
he's hit the first
now. Yeah.
He's hit the first every time for those big finishes.
And you'll ping it.
Oh, that's unlucky. It's a great effort, Mitch.
On that shot there, and realistically,
that's it.
He had nothing to worry about. If it was a bull finish, I sense that Mitch would have had a look and left a double, because at this latter stage of the game, he's sitting 3-0 up. He just wanted to clean up the game as quick as he could.
There it is. So, Mitch Butler evens it up again.
And I'm going to have to love yous and leave yous. I believe that I am due on stage to call the final 2 games of this tie between Wales and Scotland.
Rising, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to set 11. Would you please welcome from Wales, Jesse Hill, and from Scotland, Alan Souter. And the referee for this match will be N.I.D.O.
So, Jesse Hill on the stage. Alan swiftly behind. And the impeccably dressed Niall Heaney there to call. See Alan's action there. Again, very little body movement. Expect this game to be fast-paced. So, Alan Souter to kick off the game. It's a steady opening 3 darts. Jesse to come in behind. Picture concentration here.
58.
Both throwers knowing what this means to their country.
60.
It's a steady visit by Jesse. Alan again, all focus.
60.
He's disappointed with that. It's a good last start there after 2 loose ones from Jesse. It's better from Alan Suter. Jesse needs a score here to pull himself back into this leg.
59.
Just hasn't fully settled. He's left a 1-2-4. Argentina 140.
134.
Or a 1-3-4 will do. Leaves a good finish.
Wheels require 132.
3-2 then. Ton left there for Jesse. Now starting hand. Oh, he's took an unfortunate knock off the flight there. 68 going in then for Alan Suter. Double 16.
52. Wheels require 95.
95 going in then for Jesse. It's 45 left. It's the 13. And that's clinical. That's clinical. It's gone against Alan, the first one. I'm not sure how happy he'll be at that. Again, that's a loose start. That 5 from Jesse. You'd expect he'd want a steadier start than that.
46.
You can tell the pressure the game's getting to both players.
85.
Such a good first start. Next 2 let him down there, Jesse. And again. And again. That's more like Alan Suter. An experienced campaigner. Jesse trying to hit back straight away.
87.
These guys have worked hard to get onto the international stage. Don't want to let themselves down.
$100. 134.
That's another good visit from Jesse. Alan's in again.
95. Wheels require 150.
50 in for Jesse.
32. Scotland require 80.
Pressure on the 80 here for Alan. It's unlucky. Aye, double 19. Shot. That's 2-0. Jesse Heal has been absolutely clinical here. Throughout, his scoring has been good. It hasn't been great, but his finishing has been clinical.
96. 100.
It's better from Jesse. Big thanks to everybody for watching on McAvoy Darts, streaming live from YouTube and on Facebook.
100.
Appreciate anybody who's shared the links Big thanks to Mark McAvoy for streaming the coverage and the footage for everybody. Doing a great job.
45.
This is what I mean by Jesse. Just slightly inconsistent on the scoring. But Alan needs to be punishing him more.
46.
Yeah. The pressure of these games when you get to this stage late on in the match. 5 each.
125.
Jesse pulls out a big one. Alan's composing himself. It's not a bad thing to do. Take a second. Regroup.
58.
You can see in his reaction he's not happy with that. Again, there's a finish on, but it's a big ask. That's the first one. It's the second one.
140.
And that's a superb effort, but just falling short. Now, Jesse's been clinical. And again. Well, it's tough for Alan Suter to compete with that. Simply put, that is outstanding finishing. When you're getting to a double, you're taking it.
40.
Again, there you can just see that 3-0 up, but there's still the inconsistency there within Jesse's scoring and finishing. I mean, his finishing's absolutely clinical, but he just seems to go through 6 or 9 darts and that can be patchy. You follow it up though with a 140 or a 135, 137.
95.
Whereas Alan's slightly more consistent, but he just doesn't appear to be hitting the big numbers to leave the good out shots.
60. 85.
Again, that loose last start. Go on then. There we go.
180.
Super darts from Alan. Jesse not taking time to think about it.
100.
Responding with a ton.
66.
Now, 6 darts at 66 for Alan to get a leg on the board. He'll follow that. 36.
48.
He's left himself 18. As we've seen in the last game, didn't do Ross any favours.
59. Scotland require 18.
Big single required. 2 4s.
14.
He's struggled on those doubles.
Require 126.
Just to win outright. It's the first one. That's unlucky.
$96.
I don't think he was.
94.
I don't think he was expecting that treble 7.
Scotland require 4.
Now, there's pressure on this dart. That man does not feel pressure.
Scotland.
Straight in from Alan Suter.
15. Scotland
Puts himself on the board.
Game on.
He knows he may have got away with one there. The Scottish team are doing all they can to cheer him on.
$100. 85.
Good opener there from Alan. Jesse's responded.
$140.
Alan seems to be settled in now.
125.
It's a good response from Jesse. Jesse really knows he's in the game now.
60.
It's one of the best 60s you'll ever see. Again, Jesse back into the treble, starting to find more consistency in the scoring. There's a 137. It's fantastic scoring, leaves himself on 5-4. Again, good scoring from Alan. So 56 left for the Watchman. Alan knows this is important. 81. He really felt he needed that treble 19. Now, Jesse for the win.
36.
And his clinical finishing's let him down there. Now to go 3-2 within a leg. Can feel the tension in the crowd.
36.
And Alan's really upset at that one. Jesse's just busted. That's the game. The crowd are really getting involved in this one now. You can tell it means a lot to them. Jesse now really needs to step up on this one. If he wants to close out, he has to do it on his own throw. Doesn't want to leave himself the job of having to go to a deciding leg. It's good darts. Alan Suter's just got his mojo back. Just seems to be finding them.
30.
Again, Jesse's feeling the pressure. That's a fantastic last dart. It's good darts again. Alan Suter's left himself a finish.
100.
Again, he felt that Jesse needed 2 trebles. Alan from 72.
40.
Will not be happy at that. Didn't get a shot. Still on. 58. You felt Jesse needed more. And there's the shot. And now, from 3-0 down, Alan Suter's put himself in a position to win this. Now you feel this is a big, big leg in the run of this whole tournament. From 3-0 down, Alan Suter's now thrown to win his game. He'll not be happy with opening like that though. That's a good opening from Jesse. The crowd are really getting behind their teams here. It's not a bad visit. The tension is palpable, you can taste it.
45.
Alan Suter really putting pressure on Jesse here. Jesse's not happy with that. As I had said, it was the consistency of his scoring. His doubles were there.
137.
Again, Alan Suter on 92. Tremendous starts here.
55.
Jesse's just not feeling it. 32. That is fantastic from Alan Suter. From 3-0 down, out of nowhere, turn the mojo on. Jesse, he'll be kicking himself. He just felt there was a chance there to win it. He'll be kicking himself at that one. You can see there, it meant a lot.
Can I call David Morris of Wales and Ian Jolly from Scotland?
David Morris here with a job in his hands. Ian Jolly looking to close out a very good Scottish performance. There's been very little in it. All these games have been very tight. You see another great turnout for darts and Bellini's in Uri. Streamed by McAvoy Darts. These two men know what this is all about. Important game.
12 set, first name is Wheels the Zoomers. Game on.
It's a solid start there from David Morris. Good opening. Thrown with a long barrel. Nerd dart. Again. Ian Jolly. An experienced campaigner. Great opening 3 darts. Excuse me, not a nerd dart. Ringed dart. Versus what could be possibly a smooth barrel.
60.
Good friend of ours, John Morgan. Also used to throw him with a long, smooth barrel.
134.
It's consistent scoring from the big Welshman. As Niall had said earlier.
60. Check. 45.
Good man, Niall. Good check. As Niall had mentioned earlier, Ted Hankey style, bull nose, long, smooth barrel for Ian Jolly. That treble 18 is fantastic switching for David Moore. Absolutely fantastic switching. And a great last start there from Ian Jolly. Down for the 20. Just on the wire. Just on the wire. But no finish here for Ian. Setup's all important though.
Wheels required 20.
Now David for the first leg. Double 5. Just low, he's just dropped it low.
111.
Ian Jolly, 111 here. You can see the disappointment from that dart. When you have that opportunity,
Wheels required 5.
you have that opportunity, you expect to take it this level. Some nervy darts here. Very, very important game. See him talking to himself there, Big David. Trying to talk himself into it.
41.
41 for Ian Jolly. 32. He's just gone outside.
9 scores.
He's gone outside again.
Wheels required 4.
Yes, that's the leg. Took a while to get there. Never count people out though. Seen with the last game, Alan Suter 3-0 down the last one. Comes back to win 4-3. Jesse Hill missed match starts. Both three throwers potentially throwing with under a little bit of pressure.
100.
Feeling a bit of tension in their arms. It's understandable. Represent your country.
58.
There hasn't been that impeccably high scoring that we've seen in the previous legs, previous games. It's a great last start there for me and Jolly. Just feel that the concentration levels are that high required for this. It's not what's pulled you through. Whoever can focus long enough and hard enough.
95.
Any dips in concentration at all can really cost you at this level.
60. Scotland require 112.
Now David needs a big one here to put any sort of pressure on that. And out of nowhere he's found a 140.
56.
How does Ian deal with that? Pressure on this.
36. Wales require 101.
Now, David, you have a chance. He's letting the Scotsman back.
57. Scotland require 20.
Ian, 2 10s. Just inside. Oh, he's dropped that low. You can see.
16.
You can see what it means to the team behind him.
44.
This will be for a steal. To go 2-0 up. 35. Big single hit. 32.
12 scored.
Now, with 4 left, Ian Jolly really needs this. Level up the legs. There it is. That'll mean a lot to settle him in now. You can see there from David talking to himself. Come on, he said. And he's found a good score to open up with. It's a good answer from Ian. Both these men, methodical throwers. Think,
58.
set and throw. Nothing rushed. It's a great action. As you can see, when your stance is right, your body's set, you tell the arm what to do, it can do it. As you've seen there from Ian Jolly. See David, very little movement there as well.
140.
And answers just as strongly. This game's starting to take light. Someone's lit the touch paper, as they say.
30.
There's a commentator's curse for you. Again, when it's getting down to the latter stages of each leg, both players feeling the heat.
Wales require 144.
It's a good ton. It's a big ask here for Ian. 161. He's capable, but it's a big ask. Stand up.
Wales require 44.
12 or 32.
And
that's clinical. Wales 2 up. It's going with throw. Ian will know coming into this what he has to do.
100.
Wants to hold his throw. Again, both throwers having to dig deep here. Feeling the enormity of the task at hand. Ian just taking a second. I'm working for him. I'm working for him. It's a good ton. He's making David Morris score here. He's making him. He's putting extra pressure on his throw. And you can see it. He's left to finish off the big one required here from David Morris. It's a good start. As he just clipped a flight there, I think.
81.
Still not, it's not what he wanted. Solid visit, but not what he wanted. You can see what that means, Dean. He's walking away with purpose there. Another treble might help.
100.
It's a good visit, but I'm just not sure it's going to be enough in this leg from David. Ian Jolly, clinical to go 2 each. Now we've got a sprint. Pivotal leg.
96.
Ian Jolly just seems to have a little more consistency here. He seems to have found a rhythm that's suiting him.
134.
David's answering well. The quality of darts thrown today has been fantastic.
60.
It's a well thrown 60. It's a fantastic last start again by Ian Jolly. Answer required from David. He's just gone under the travel with the first start. It's made it awkward.
60.
Yeah, I thought there was a blocker in there. It's made it awkward for him. It's 81 and leaves the finish. Now David. Set up. Back to the 20s. Let's have 94. 160 out then. Oh, he'll not want that. 102.
78. Wheels required 94.
So, all important now from David. .32 then.
78.
He's just gone inside the wire.
82.
Now this gives Ian a shot against the darts. 17 for tops. Oh, you can see the reaction of the crowd there. He's just taking a second to compose himself. It's an unfortunate dart. We've all done it.
62. Wheels require 16.
Now David. Bit of a blocker in there. Oh, he used it. He used it as a guide. He's held his throw. Now, Ian Jolly has to get over that quickly. He was in prime position. Slight bit of bad luck. He's lost that leg.
60.
So he's got over it quite well. Steady 60. Setting himself back into the leg. David Morris, though. The blood will be pumping. Adrenaline will be kicking in here.
60.
You can see the finish line. Ian Jolly again with a 180. He's knocking on the door. I haven't gone away, David. Haven't gone away. All right, David to respond. That's a steady response from the Welshman. Ian, a picture of focus at the moment. He's lost a flight there. Again, it's a well thrown 60. Ian Jolly with a 60 of his own. Really needed a 140 here on this visit, David.
60.
It's unfortunate. First start blocker. Ian for 141. It's a good dart. Now a big score required here to put some form of pressure on that. David's just slightly high. It's a great last start, but I'm not sure if it's enough. 46 then. That's clinical. Again. Now, huge pressure on this one for David. Ian Jolly composing himself. This is why they come to these events. This is the level of darts they're at to play in these big games. It's a steady 60 again. They're following each other regularly. .58 on his own throw. David will wanted more there. Ian Jolly again, the concentration. Geeing himself up, talking to himself. Shout out to Keith Riddle, Martin McGill watching us live on Facebook. It's more like it. David will be happier with that. Ian's going to be answering though. He's answered. There's still no breathing room here for the Welshman. You can really feel the tension in those darts now. Again, they're just following each other. They know each other too well, these two players. They've put on a fantastic display in this last game. David faint travels just at the right time. Oh, that's fantastic. To find a 180 under this pressure, this leg. Ian Jolly's following again. He's got a ton in. Now, 58. First in. It's low. And the shot.
Yeah. Shot.
And an excellent result overall.
The wheel.
It's unlucky for Ian Jolly. Threw extremely well there. David Morris deserves all the credit there. He's under intense pressure to represent his team there and get the draw out of that.